Welcome into Just an Average Football Podcast, where every week is football week. Casey, we are in wild card round of the playoffs. So many crazy games going on right now. Just a lot of good football. I mean, if we want to go, we can go back, a few days and talk about the college football playoffs. Miami Hurricanes going to be going up against Indiana. For the national championship that is in Miami. So Carson Beck, kind of a little bit of a Cinderella story with him. Was one of the top players going to be coming out last year at the beginning of the season. Kind of had a down year and now comes back and he's playing in the national championship. Mendoza just playing out of his mind right now. Indiana just a bunch of misfit players. Now they're in the championship. Very well coached team. I'm not going to spend too much time on that though. Because the NFL is just insane.
Yes, it is.
We just finished watching up the afternoon game, 3:00 game, where the Bills barely escaped the Jaguars. Dude, Jaguars, especially in the years to come, are going to be dangerous. They look really good. And then I don't know if I talked to you. I think I talked to Mason about this. I don't know if you knew this or not, but the three games. So we talk about the Bears game. The Bears Packers game, the Rams game, Panthers game, and then the game that just finished, Bills Jaguars. In the fourth quarter, the score was 27-24. All three of those games in the fourth quarter. It's crazy.
Really?
That's what I didn't fact check Mason, but I mean, it sounds right. I mean, it sounds right compared to what was going on. But Mason, speaking of Mason, he'll be joining us, I think, next week, he said. So he's out obviously one more week with the kid. He'll be joining us next week, so hopefully be getting him back. But man, let's just go ahead and hop into these games. Your thoughts? I mean, right now our bracket's been playing out pretty well, pretty good. We've hit on all of our picks so far. I don't know, what's your biggest takeaways so far with the games you've watched?
I think the biggest takeaway that I have from the game so far, and I'm just going to touch on the last game that we had, the last game that was just played, and that was the Bills Jaguars. I think the winner of that game right there was going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but the way those two teams looked offensively and defensively, you had the number one rush attack against the number one rush defense, and obviously the rush defense ended up winning that one. I think this was the lowest game that James Cook has had in this year. I think he was averaging like 98 yards.
Are they really the lowest rush defense?
They're the highest. They were the number one rush defense.
Really?
The Jaguars were, yes.
Because I know the Broncos were up there a little bit.
The Jaguars were the number one. They've allowed the fewest yards.
Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars, number one. I think and the Denver Broncos are second. I'm sorry. I knew they were up there, but yeah. Only surrendering 85.6 yards a game, while the Broncos are surrendering 91. 91 is the Seattle Seahawks, and then Houston Texans. I think I agree with you. My biggest thing is, if the Bills do go, they are going to have their hands full with whoever. If the Seattle Seahawks come out of there and that defense is playing like it's been playing, they're going to have their hands full, I think. If they make it to the Super Bowl.
So I think that they're going to make this. I want them to make the Super Bowl, and I think that they're going to. They beat the Jags. If it all pans out, they're going to play the Broncos next week, which is going to be tough. And if they get past those two defenses, I think that it's theirs to lose.
Yeah. If the Bills get past the Broncos defense in Denver, I don't see why they can't win the whole entire thing. And our predictions, we were talking like the Rams were going to go just beat the brakes off the Panthers. There for a while, I was getting a little nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if the Rams are going to pull this off. And, they did, but
they had their chances to just step on their throat, and they just.
And I realized it was a home game for the Panthers, but yeah, I did not expect it to be as close as what it was. But all these games have been close. I mean, two of these games, all of them in like one-score games. So it's playoffs. I mean, I love it. I love this time of year. I love the playoffs, kind of got that. I'm impressed with what the Bears have done. I know you're not a big Bears guy, but I'm impressed with what the Bears have done, what the Jags have done. in these playoffs for
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, I had the Bears winning,
Yeah.
but
Is that you betting against the Bears in hopes that
no, no. So I figured, I guess I assumed that the Bears were the better team. I personally think that the Bears probably should have handled them. Like if they would have played even a little bit of defense in the first half, the game wouldn't have even been close.
Yeah,
And they did not play. They didn't play a lick of defense in the first half. Jordan Love got whatever he wanted. Their rushing defense was absolutely awful. Couldn't get any pressures whatsoever in the second half. They turned it on like they normally do. But I think as the playoffs go on, especially next week, they're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to do that against the Rams or the 49ers or the one of the two teams that they play. Right, if they win,
yeah.
they'll play. No, they'll play the Seahawks, or
Well,
they can either play. They'll either play the Rams or the Eagles.
who's that? The
The Bears.
Bears are the 2 seed, correct?
Yeah, they'll play either
The
they'll
2
play.
lowest seeds. So be the Rams, probably the Rams. I don't know if they can play the Eagles, can they?
I think that's how it was. I think the only team they couldn't play is the
There's
is
2 teams
the
they can't play. They can't play the Oh, no, I mean, I don't know, I'd have to look at that. I don't have the
yeah. I don't know
bracket here
how
in
that
front of me,
goes.
of course. I don't have it pulled up, so I can't look at it right now, but, um, I don't know, you've got a lot of really young-minded, well, I'm not gonna say young-minded, but a lot of coaches that are, really offensive-minded, going into the playoffs too. I think the oldest right now is Jim Harbaugh, and
Yeah,
then Sean
probably.
Payton's right underneath him. But the rest of these coaches are young, innovative coaches. I could be missing a few of them, but you got Shanahan, you got McVay. A lot of these coaches, Cohen is a young coach as
Yeah,
well,
he's
but
40, I think.
yeah, leading these teams to the playoffs and making things happen. Really quick, before I forget about this, we were talking about college football a little bit, and I got to thinking as I was doing this, I'm like, Raiders have the first overall pick. Do they draft Mendoza? I'm like, man, Mendoza, if he wins a national championship, like, what are the chances, he makes his playoff first year with the Raiders? And then I got to thinking even deeper, and I'll ask you this question. Maybe you can answer it. Um, I got to thinking, how many players have won a national championship and then the very next year won a Super Bowl? Can you guess that?
Mm,
Actually,
I
you
don't
don't
know.
have to guess the play. You don't have to guess the player, but try to guess how many.
Won a Super Bowl their next year?
Yeah, so they won a national championship and then very next year won a Super Bowl. I know. Don't look it up.
I'm not. I'm trying to think. I know it hadn't been in the last 20 years.
You would be correct. You would be correct. It
I
has
have
not been
no
in the
clue.
last 20
I,
years.
w- I would assume probably. I'm trying to think of quarterbacks that.
I will tell you right now, only one quarterback in the last 30 years has done it, and he was a backup.
And he was a backup and came in and did it.
Yeah. So those of you guys that are listening, this is for listeners too. If you can name
Tom
any
Brady never
players
won a
without looking
national
up,
championship, did he?
no. If there's any players
I have no
that
idea.
have won a national championship and a Super Bowl the next year, let us know in the comments because I'm going to give the answers now.
Very
So let me
far,
go through
very
'em.
far and few between, probably.
Okay. So Tony Dorsett, and I had to do some deep digging on this. I want to make sure these are actually correct. Tony Dorsett, running back, won the national championship with Pittsburgh in '76, and then the Super Bowl with the
Oh,
Dallas Cowboys in
I thought you were
'77.
saying quarterbacks.
No, players in general. Players, yeah, not quarterbacks. Mendoza is what got me thinking about this. I'm like, man, he's super successful. What if he goes to the Raiders and, I don't think he's
Always
going to
makes
take him
the
to a Super
playoffs.
Bowl, obviously. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're too far down the rabbit hole for that to happen. But anyway, Danny Stubbs, so just a name. I'm not even aware of some of these players. Won one with Miami in '87 and then with the 49ers in '88. Derek Lassick, running back, one with
Yeah, I was
Alabama
gonna
in
say.
'92.
I'm sure that no quarterbacks
Yeah.
are even
Cowboys
part
in
of it
'93.
unless they're backup quarterbacks
Yeah, yep. And then
that are part of it.
still going down the list here, William Floyd, fullback, won with Florida in '93 and then San Francisco in '94. Tyrone Williams won the national title with Nebraska in '95 and then Green Bay in '96. Brian Greasy won the national championship with Michigan in 1997 and with the Broncos in '98. And then get this one. This one's actually probably the most impressive. You got Eric Alexander, Marquise Hill, and Randall Gay. Okay. Only one of these players was drafted by the Patriots. The other two were picked up as free agents, but they won the national championship with LSU in 2003. All three of them were on the
Won the Super
Patriots
Bowl.
the very next year and won the Super Bowl in 2004 with the Patriots. I thought that was awesome. Like, wow, what are the chances 3 players from the same team wins?
Right.
That's I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty
Yeah,
neat.
that's probably that's I would definitely think it'd be pretty. I think it'd be pretty far fetched to think or to see a quarterback win the national championship and then win a Super Bowl the next year,
Especially
unless they were like a second or third string to an already Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, especially if you were okay. Especially if you were drafted to the one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of being a good quarterback is you're getting
You're going
drafted
to
to
get
a terrible
taken.
team.
Yep, unfortunately. Keep looking back and forth here to all these screens. I got the game on over here. I got my notes on over on this side, and then I got to make sure I'm looking at you two here. But before we go on to segment 2 here, let's go ahead and take a really quick look at the second down. So let's do a second round breakdown. I realize not all these games are finished up yet, but I actually have this in front of me now. So the Rams win. They're advancing on. Right now, they are the lowest seed. If San Francisco wins, they go play Seattle. If Philadelphia wins, then the Rams play Seattle. So if the Rams play Seattle, then that means that Chicago would play Philadelphia.
Yeah, so Chicago will play either Philadelphia or LA.
Correct. Yep. So that could be the potential next matchup here.
And I don't see
On
them
the
getting past
NFC side. As of right now, we are going to be playing the Buffalo Bills. Coming to Denver. A little scary because Josh Allen is a freak of dude. He was taking hits left and right. His hyperextended his knees, smacked his hand.
He won his first ever
playoff game on the road.
Playoff on the road. Yeah,
insane. So right now we'd be playing Denver.
Used to be in the home seed.
We'd be playing. They would be playing in Denver. So coming to us, and which is crazy because we played them last year. Played them last year in Buffalo. So maybe we can have a different outcome this year. If the Chargers beat New England, we get the Chargers, and then New England would get Buffalo. Or Chargers would get either New England or Pittsburgh, right? Okay, how would this work here? Yep, Chargers would come to us. Bills would go here. Yep, okay. The Bills, sorry, this isn't like letting me select these. So the Bills would get either Houston or Pittsburgh if the Chargers won. Yeah. God forbid there be a click button where I could advance these on here. But yeah, I'm excited to say the least. So obviously we've got a Monday night game tomorrow as well. So we got to wait until tomorrow to see what the actual seeding is going to be. If the Chargers win, though, no matter what else happens, we will play the Chargers if the Chargers win. But I mean, if Chargers lose, no matter what, we're playing Buffalo. So we only have 2 scenarios. We can play Buffalo or Chargers.
Teams. You're playing 2 tough teams.
In my opinion, 2 of the best quarterbacks in the AFC playoffs right now. No offense to Drake May at all. Herbert with a broken hand is extremely good. So, but they do have to travel to Denver. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Quick question for you and the listeners: which quarterback do you trust most right now in the playoffs? And I think that's a pretty simple answer, maybe to some.
It's very simple to me, and it's Josh Allen because it's Josh Allen because he is number 1 in every single statistic in the NFL history.
So you're saying for AFC and NFC, correct?
Yeah,
you're still picking Josh Allen.
I'm picking Josh Allen. The dude is unreal in the playoffs. He is unreal. He's never had a bad game in the playoffs.
So this might surprise you a little bit, but I am also taking Josh Allen. If we can get past Josh Allen and the Bills,
I think you guys go to the Super Bowl.
I think we have a legit chance. The only thing is if New England wins, I don't know. I mean, I want to see how New England looks against a legit, like, really good team. And I realize the Bills are a legit, really good team.
We're gonna find out tonight when they play a legit playoff
defense. Team. Yeah, but with a legit defense, but with not a great offensive line. I'm not gonna. I constantly sound like I'm discrediting the Patriots. I'm really not. I'm really not trying to anyway. But
it's just hard to give them any credit right now when they were one of the worst teams in football last year, and then completely flip it around this year. I mean, It's like saying the Bears too. It's like trusting the Bears. The Bears are just too inconsistent. At least the Patriots are.
Yeah.
At least they're consistently beating the crap out of teams, and the Bears are just consistently coming back in the fourth quarter and at the end of a ball game against teams like that. You can't trust that. And I don't care what any Bears fan says because they all whined and complained on Facebook and social media last night saying how terrible their teams were. And people were posting about Ben Johnson. There's a picture of Dan Campbell and said, "This is Ben Johnson in the playoffs," or something like that. And I'm like, and then at the end, they're like, "Oh, cardiac Bears. Oh, you're."
Cardiac Bears, yeah, which is crazy because they do this. They say the same thing about the Broncos. They're like, oh yeah, cardiac Bears. I'm like, the Broncos have been playing the same brand the Bears have been playing all season long. Um, it is what it is, I guess. But really quick, I keep saying before we're gonna move on to the next segment, but something else just popped into my head. Which team do you think's Super Bowl window is closing the fastest? And this goes for both NFC and AFC. So which team that's currently in the playoffs, which one do you think their window is closing quick? And I've got one in my sights right now, staring down the barrel. I'll tell you, I think it's the LA Rams. I think Matthew Stafford, 37 years old, is going to be hard to replace, the MVP season he's been having. I realize you got the weapons, but if you don't have a quarterback that can get them the ball, we've seen it before, so I think it is the Rams. I don't know how much longer Stafford's going to be there. So if you're gonna win another Super Bowl, you need to do it this year,
They are the
honestly, in
team
my
with the
opinion.
oldest quarterback in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through these other ones like Buffalo, like Josh Allen's still gonna be there a while. Trevor Lawrence is still gonna be there. Justin Herbert's still gonna be there. Pittsburgh, I mean, maybe their window's closing, but they're always a really good team every single year. They could cycle in quarterbacks and still have a winning season. Mike Tomlin just does that year after year. And all these other teams have young quarterbacks.
Um, I am going. I'm going Pittsburgh.
You're going Pittsburgh.
And
Okay.
I'm going Pittsburgh because they never, and I don't even know if you can really consider them even. I'm not going to pick Pittsburgh because I don't think you can even consider Pittsburgh a Super Bowl contending team.
I mean, they're in the
Even though in the
playoffs. I mean,
playoffs, but they're still not contend. They're not going to contend for a Super Bowl. They're going to get beat by Houston, or they're going to get beat the next round. I don't think they're making it past Houston. I don't think that they're going to get past that defense. I think Pittsburgh needs to move on from Mike Tomlin. Just like the
wow,
Ravens,
bold statement.
just like the Ravens moved on from John Harbaugh. I think that they've been stuck in the same rut for many, many years. They won that one Super Bowl with Ben Roethlisberger, and since then they've had just winning seasons. And I spoke to a Steelers fan a couple days ago, and they even want Mike Tomlin out. They're like, we're just tired of just average. Like there needs to be a new face, something new. There needs to be
We're
something
tired
new.
of these winning seasons
No,
with no
they're
Super
tired.
Bowls.
No, it's different. You're tired. Like
No, I
you
get that, yeah.
do get tired. Like I would get tired as a fan of just having average, like being a Cardinals fan. Baseball, just flipping the baseball real quick. The St. Louis Cardinals went like 20 years with like a winning streak, and have 2 World Series to show for it. And yes, it's fun to win in the regular season, but it's even more fun to win in the postseason and bring championships home. Like you look at Kansas City, like they went on this little run. They're gonna have a game. They're gonna have a year or two break, probably, I'm sure, and then they'll probably start maybe win another one or two. I could see them winning another one before the Steelers.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
And like
sure.
I could see all these teams in the playoffs right now winning a Super Bowl over the Steelers. Like I can see the Carolina Panthers having more of a chance to get to the Super Bowl than the Steelers right now.
That's a fair point.
So I'm not
You
going
have
to
to
go
look
with
at
them. I think
situation,
so.
yeah, for
So I'm going
sure.
to go with a good team. Let's go with a good team here, and I think the window. I think the window's closing on San Francisco.
Really? Dude,
And I think it's closing because they don't have they're older on the defensive side. They keep getting hurt, and they don't have consistent players. And they went to the Super Bowl what was the year that they played the Chiefs with
Chiefs?
absolutely no one. And they keep
Wait, the 49ers had no one?
49ers had Brock Purdy was hurt. They had Jimmy G was out, wasn't he too? Didn't he get hurt in the Super Bowl or something like that? And didn't they have like the third or fourth string quarterback in?
I can't remember who they played. I
Brock
thought
Purdy was out, I'm pretty sure, unless Purdy ended up getting hurt because Garoppolo got hurt too. That was when Purdy hurt his hand. You remember
Yeah, I
he did
remember what you're
that?
talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Let me look this up really quick. Um, but they did have, I mean, their defense was loaded.
It
They had
was
Fred
loaded, but
Warner
they're old.
and Dre
They're old
Greenlaw.
now.
Older, yeah, but I
Older
mean, they're
now.
still
And then
veteran,
they I
good veteran
I I s
players.
I don't know. I think that division just keeps getting tougher and tougher. The Cardinals are gonna get better. The Who else is in that? Is it just M4 Cardinals?
No, it was Purdy. Purdy was the starter.
And he got hurt.
He was the starter in the Super Bowl.
And he got hurt. And they literally had to run the ball because they couldn't throw it.
No, Brock Purdy did not get hurt against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. He was healthy, but the 49ers lost in overtime. He did suffer a major elbow injury in the NFC Championship game against Philadelphia Eagles, the game before the Super Bowl, which significantly impacted the ability to throw that game.
Yeah.
So he
He
did
played, but he
hurt his.
couldn't throw it.
He was in the game though. Also, I thought, I'm like, man, I thought he was in that game the whole
But
entire
I know
time.
that they literally couldn't throw the ball. They had to run and do these trick plays and stuff like that all the time.
But they were up 20-10. I mean, they were winning that
But
game.
either way, I think that their window is closing because I think they're the team that has not elevated.
I think as long as Shanahan is there, I think they've got a chance every single year. I love Shanahan. I really do.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I can also argue with the Rams too, and like who's your quarterback going to be? Like that's probably the biggest question mark. I think I
Yeah.
would probably agree with you on that one too.
Yeah, I mean, they did have a down year a few years back, but yeah, like I said, Sean McVay is kind of the same way as Kyle Shanahan. Like both those coaches, really good, really innovative, do a lot of really good things. Really quick score update: it is 10-13 here in the third quarter of the San Francisco Philadelphia game. Eagles are up Eagles are up 3. You picked 49ers and I picked the Eagles, so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out here. So
did they officially say that Kittle tore his Achilles?
It looked like he did. I mean, I don't know what else it could have been, but it looked like a torn Achilles. Sucks because he's a really good player. And if they win this game, they're going to need him in games to come. But talking about coaches, let's go ahead and transition here to segment 2. So many, 8 coaches, 8 coaches. There's 32. That's a quarter. A quarter of the NFL coaches were fired after the NFL season, regular season had ended. We'll kind of go through these really quick. Miami Dolphins fired Mike McDaniel. Baltimore Ravens fired John Harbaugh. Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski. Las Vegas Raiders, Pete Carroll. Arizona Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon. Atlanta Falcons, Raheem Morris. Giants, Daboll. And Tennessee Titans, Brian Callahan. So a lot of head coaching openings, which just opens up so many, really good vacancies, in my opinion. 8 teams searching for a new head coach. That's a quarter of the league looking for a new head coach. So, in your opinion, what job is the most enticing? So, which current vacancy is most enticing, do you think now?
So I'm not going to be biased and pick the Dolphins.
I would
because it's not enticing.
Really?
That division's tough. The division's tough. The quarterback is up in the air. Don't know about Tyreek Hill, his cap. So we are arm locked with 2 players that possibly aren't even going to be back next year.
I've got a really good rebuttal to this, but go ahead.
And it's I don't know. They won 7 games with no one, with nothing really. But that division is tough. I mean, the Patriots are going to be good for a little while. You got the Bills who are always going to be up there. They got to almost play perfect football to make it to the playoffs.
You guys just got a new GM, correct?
Yes, the Packers assistant GM or something like that.
Yeah, yep.
So we're in the rebuild stage right now with that. You got a new GM, get a new head coach. It's going to take a little bit to, I think, get there. So I think that if we're going to bring a coach in, it's got to be a coach that I really don't know. I think it's got to be a coach that is systematic, veteran, knows what they're doing. John Harbaugh.
My thoughts.
No, I don't think it's the most enticing one. I think the most enticing one right now is the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm going to say that because the division is weak. They have pieces. They went 8-9 this year with what they had. It is a very, very it is the easiest goal to obtain to make the playoffs with that team than it is any other team that is looking for a head coach right now. And so that is why I would pick the Atlanta Falcons on top of that. It's warm there. Yeah.
I'm going to go a different way, and it's going to be the team that you just said you wanted the head coach from, the Baltimore Ravens, dude. On paper this year, I think I had them going 14-2. On paper, they are a stacked team. You know, you've got Lamar Jackson, you've got the dual threat quarterback, you've got a King Henry, one of, if not the best running back over the past 5-year span. Defense is good, loaded in the secondary. Defensive line, a little injured this year. They did not play great, but you're a couple good pass rushers away from being, an extremely good team. I realize Harbaugh's not going back there, but yeah, I think the Ravens is super enticing, and I think the Dolphins, and I agree with you, the Falcons as well, but I think the Dolphins too. And you said, you won 7 games this year, kind of strapped, kind of arm locked with Tyreek Hill. Here's
and
my
Tua,
one thing.
because Tua's going to get cut. Tua's probably going to get cut.
Here's the thing. And if you get the right coach in there, it doesn't matter. And you said it's and here I'm going to give you an example. You said it's a tough division. Sean Payton, when he was decided to go back into coaching, he could have picked any team. All right. Went to the Denver Broncos, where he knows Justin Herbert's a really good quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes has been running that division for the past 10 years, 8 years, 9 years, whatever. Still decided to go to Denver with an $80 million dead cap of cutting Russell Wilson. He rebuilt that team in a year. First year, he won 8 games. Next year, 10 games. This year, 14 games. So it can happen. If it's a job that, has the talent on the roster, who cares about the dead cap? The coach is going to come in and build it how they want anyway. And that's exactly what Sean Payton did. I think Harbaugh could do that for the Dolphins.
I would love that.
Because he's not going back to the Ravens.
Yeah. There are 2 coaches that I would like to have.
What are your 2? Harbaugh and
I like, so you're gonna think I'm crazy maybe, but I really, really like.
You can say Daboll.
Daboll,
yeah. I think if he gets in the right situation, that first year with Daniel Jones, he did really well. And he was doing good when Dart got out there. You give any coach a quarterback, they're going to do pretty well. They can run their system. Like Sean Payton got Bo Nix. Hey, run my system. We're going to be just fine. Well, it panned out for him. So,
but it looks like we're trying to put all of our eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
and go for John Harbaugh. I mean, we didn't fire Mike McDaniel until.
My only
we already talked to John Harbaugh before.
But didn't he say he wanted say and who the GM was? You guys already hired a GM. That's my only little back and forth, I think, with.
Well, maybe he put his suggestions in, and
isn't that tampering?
No,
I think that's tampering.
He said he wasn't going to talk to any teams anyways until the next week.
Yeah.
Until this coming week. So
yeah, I'm sorry though. Let's go least enticing. The Raiders' job right now, even though you have the first overall pick in the draft, I do not think that's an enticing job. I really don't. The Browns. Good defense, offense, has some weapons, has some talent. I think Cardinals are a mess too, dude. Oh my goodness. The whole situation, you need a quarterback. Titans, though, Titans could be an enticing place to go. You got a rookie quarterback. You continue to build a little bit. I can see the Titans being 500 or better next year. I said it. Maybe that's a hot take.
You said it last year.
Might be, I don't know.
You said it this year that they were going to be halfway decent.
Me? They were. Yeah, they weren't very good.
I thought Cam was.
Yeah, regardless, if I'm a head coach and I'm taking a place of something, I want to go to a team that's already got a winning culture. The Ravens win, so I think any coach that goes to the Ravens, if they can get that defense right, if they can get things going on offense, and really, I don't think it was Harbaugh's fault. Like Todd Monken, obviously the offense wasn't really clicking there in Baltimore. And I like Todd Monken, mainly because I've met him in person. He was at a coaching clinic, and I really do like him. I think he's a obviously all these guys are, very wise and know what they're talking about. But I think there's a lot of talent on that Miami Dolphins offense and the New York Giants offense as well. We didn't even bring up the Giants, but Giants.
The Giants offense is very enticing.
Trending in the right direction. You've got 2 really good one. 2 really good receivers. Wandale Robinson
Yeah,
really
Wanda
kinda turned it
Robson's
up
good.
this year. And
And Malik
obviously
Neighbors coming back.
Neighbors got hurt. Uh, Defense, 2 of the better pass rushers in the NFL. Uh, I might put the
There's
Giants over the
promise. There's
Dolphins. Yeah,
promise.
there is
There
promise there
yeah,
for
I would
sure.
probably yeah, I mean, honestly, right now, with the way the division is and the way that division is in the NFC, I would definitely wanna be part of the Giants than
Yeah,
the Dolphins
okay.
right now.
So, would you rather take a stable winner in the Ravens or kinda go out on a limb and have that high risk, high reward team in the Giants or the Dolphins? There's a question
It
for you.
that's all depending on
Who the
that is
coach is?
all depending on who the coach is and the scheme and everything, and but it also depends on how a coach meshes with the organization. Like if they let the coach do what the coach wants to do. Like you can't just go into an organization that's a winning culture and have a coach have completely different objectives. Obviously, they're not going to hire him if they don't think he's a good fit.
Yeah.
But I
A lot of
mean,
coaches bring their
I
scheme
would
with them.
probably if I'm a veteran coach, I
What are
want
you taking? What are you choosing?
I want
Stable winner?
the stable winner.
Give me high risk, high reward all day. I love it. Let me gamble a little bit. Let me take
But
these
that also
the
depends
teams that
on
I
if
think are
but that also depends like John Harbaugh used to winning. Does he want to go to does he want to go to a bad organization and build it up? I mean, all that's going to do is build his resume, obviously. But does he want to go to Miami and what is all going through with that and have a couple losing seasons probably. Maybe might turn it around like Liam Cohen did. Might turn it around one season. I don't know. It'd be great, but I don't. Or do you go to an organization like the Falcons who haven't obviously been
Yeah.
completely terrible,
No,
haven't been
yeah.
great, but then been terrible. They've been floating around the 500. The division's bad.
I don't know if Michael Penix is Harbaugh's type of quarterback. I
Well, they
think
have Kirk
Harbaugh
Cousins too,
I think Kirk Cousins is more his style of quarterback here and
which is fine because technically Penix is still on a rookie contract. Kirk
trade
Cousins
him.
was paid to be the quarterback.
It's true. This is true.
So you never know what's going to happen there. But I mean, their offense is fairly loaded. I mean, you got Drake London, probably top 10 right now this year,
Kyle
top 10
Pitts
receiver.
turning it on. Kyle Pitts
Kyle
turning it on
Pitts,
towards the end of the season.
probably is a top tight end.
15.
And yeah,
I'm in the top 15. That's
yeah.
about it.
I mean, but you have top.
Yeah, Bijan. Like Bijan is, and
Yeah,
the offensive
is that
line's
dude?
good, and
Yeah,
Bijan's good. The defense is pretty decent. I mean, you got one of the Ellis brothers over there. There's so many Ellises in the NFL right
yeah.
now, but
But I mean, but I think that is the most enticing one in my opinion is the Falcons.
I will agree with that. The more I think about it, I think it's a stable job. I think you can go there and have success immediately, and then continue to build as seasons go on. So, I think that'll go ahead and wrap up segment 2 here. Segment 3, let's go ahead and hop into that, and that's our favorite. What in the world of football? And I'm not gonna lie to you. There's been so much going on this whole entire week with football. I didn't even write one down because I want to see what you say, and then I've got tons on my top of my head we can talk about. So, what is your what in the world of football moment, scenario, play that
It's not
happened
even a
this
moment.
week?
It's not even a moment.
I know exactly what it is. I know
It's not.
exactly what you're gonna
It's
say.
not even a moment. It's a whole second half.
Yeah, see, I knew it. You're talking
What
about the
in the
game.
world? Green Bay Packers.
Yep, I knew that's what you were gonna go with. I really did. I knew it. That's
You
why I
go,
didn't.
and I'm
Yeah.
not just, and this is not me hating on the Bears, even hating on the Bears. It is hating on, it's not even hating. I was watching this first half of the game and I was bragging about
Yeah,
my
I know
takes
you
on the
were.
Bears. And I knew what was going to happen. I figured that they would come back a little bit. I thought that the end of the game it was going to be like a 7-4 3-point ball game. The Bears are going to
Yeah.
sniff it, and then the Packers are going to rip their hearts out, and it was going to be great. I thought that's what was going to happen. No, the Packers couldn't do diddly squat in the second half.
18 points. 18 points, dude.
Couldn't do anything in the second half.
Starting in the third
Jordan
quarter.
Love had 3 touchdowns in the first half.
He had 4
3
total touchdowns. No interceptions.
Before midway through the fourth quarter, they had a total of 64 yards in the second half. 64 yards in the second half, and Jordan Love threw for like 160 in the first. And golf clap to the defensive coordinator for the Bears for adapting and
Adjusting,
always
yeah.
adapting and adjusting. But I think you have to really, 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 and the Packers fans are yelling about it right now. You really have to take a look at LaFleur.
It was too conservative, in my opinion. You can't be conservative in the playoffs.
No,
You
not again,
got
especially, and he said that at halftime. LaFleur said that at halftime. He said, we cannot let our foot off the gas. We have to score when we can.
Exactly
We have to score. We have to score when we can, because the Bears are known for coming back and winning football games and being a second half football team. And he said that to in front of millions of people on national television. And it's not. I'm just dumbfounded by. And Bears fans were turning the TV off at halftime.
It's crazy, yeah.
Thinking it was over.
Well, and I'm not gonna give. I mean, I'm gonna give credit to the Bears as well.
Yeah, I give credit to them.
They adapted,
Congratulations.
came out and they executed in the second half.
They do it all the time.
And what a game to be at. One of my assistant coaches was actually at that game. What an awesome playoff game to be at. Congratulations, Bears fan. It's been a long time since they've not only been in the playoffs but won a playoff game. So, I guess they're Eagle double doink. Not gonna bring that up. Sorry, but. Yeah, it's been a while. Congratulations to them. You guys found your quarterback. I thought Caleb Williams looked really good.
Mediocre in the first half. Very mediocre.
I think it was just all adjusting to kind of what that defense was throwing at him. But then he came back out and was lights out in the second half. And it was like the game was flip-flopped. It's literally like they decided to go into the locker room and change jerseys and when they came back out. And it looked like that. With the stat line that Jordan Love had.
16-10 now.
Yes. Oh, yeah, 16-10 here. The stat line that Jordan Love had, and then them losing that game is crazy.
And Jordan Love didn't throw any interceptions.
Yeah, Caleb had 2, correct?
He had 2 or 3 in the red zone.
I think he had 2.
In the red zone.
Check that for me. Maybe,
I'm pretty sure it was 2. I think it was 2.
I think it was 2. Yeah.
But still, he played a very mediocre football game. Yeah. And they want to talk about that, like, oh, how amazing he is because of that one back foot throw on 4th down to Roma Dunze and how that saved the game.
Mm-hmm.
No, what saved the game was the Packers literally just letting you have the football game.
Yeah,
and that's no knock on the Bears whatsoever. They won it fair and square.
Slight knock.
But Caleb Williams did everything in his power to try and lose that ball game.
I think at times he tries doing too much. I think he tries to play hero ball. Just
you know what I mean?
Bit, but he'll get better.
Let me know in a playoff football game a quarterback that throws 2 to 3 interceptions in playoffs and wins the game being down 18 at halftime.
Caleb Williams.
But what are you going to go with?
I'm kidding. Yeah,
but that's my what in the world. Let's go on to something. Let's go on to yours.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about this forever. Just, a lot of people are upset. And it was crazy, too, seeing after the first half, like, all the Packers fans posting, like, better luck next year, Bears. And then afterwards, like, fire Matt LaFleur, fire the special teams coordinator, all this different stuff.
I tell you what, McManus, he's going to turn into Einhorn after this, man. He is going to he might as well turn into a woman and become a detective and just change his life because he's probably not going to be back in the NFL anymore after.
Now I don't know what, as a Broncos fan, I don't know what Brandon McManus missed field goals in the playoffs is like, because when we won the Super Bowl, that's all he did. That's all we won off field goals. He was the MVP of that season for us because Peyton Manning was a shell of himself. And I'm glad you brought up kickers because that's actually my what in the world moment. What in the world? Should I go, like, just retire from being a teacher and teach myself how to kick a football? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I mean, how many missed kicks? You get paid to kick a football. You get paid to kick a football between the uprights. I realize it's tough, but that is your only job.
And what blows my mind about that is before Ben Johnson called that timeout and he kicked it in.
Yeah. But it's not.
I'm sorry. It's probably really freaking hard to kick a football, especially in the wind in Chicago. But you watched that ball. You watched it. You know exactly where to kick. You were kicking at halftime at that direction.
I bet it is hard. Yeah,
I'm sure it's hard.
It's like golfing, dude.
But you get paid. But that's what you get paid to do.
You do get paid a lot to do that.
You get paid to do. You get paid to get fat and kick footballs. That is what you get paid to do.
That's your job.
That's your job.
You go to practice making millions of dollars, and all you do is kick.
Literally nothing else. You just kick.
mind-boggling to me.
You just
But
kick.
here's the thing. It's not just McManus. You had Tyler Loop. I realize I think he's a rookie. He missed that field goal for the Ravens to, send the Ravens into the playoffs. You had Cam Little today. Cam Little,
Who's
one of the
the
best
best?
kickers.
Who's probably
One of the best
arguably
kickers.
he has the biggest boot in the NFL.
Yeah, kicking 70-yarders in warm-ups, and then when the game comes around, oh man, 54-yarder, shaking a little bit, misses. 54 yards, changes the outcome of the whole entire game.
That's a chip shot for him too.
Yeah, 50. I mean, I realize 54. I can't do this. I'm gonna
I
stop right now.
I can't even throw a football 54 yards.
We're gonna stop right now and be like, "Well, you guys. I'd like to see you do it." I can't do it. I'm gonna say right now, I can't.
I guarantee I can kick a football.
And then Jake Elliott missed the PAT. The point after it's 16-10. It should be 17-10. He missed the PAT.
Yeah. And McManus isn't just missing field goals
and
PATs.
PATs.
He missed in the fourth quarter alone. I think it was the second half alone. He missed 7 points worth.
Yeah,
That's
the
enough.
game.
That's the game. One point they could have kicked the field goal, and well, I don't know if I'd have trusted him or not. But 1 point could have kicked the field, could have went into overtime.
Oh my gosh! Hold on 1 second here. I think Christian McCaffrey just caught a touchdown pass. Does this change? Is
Oh, it was a flea flicker.
16-16 right now? Guess what? They're going to kick the PAT.
Ooh, that was a heck of a throw. Do you see that throw?
Should we take a quick break here to see if this is a missed PAT? How perfectly timed would this be? If this is a missed PAT,
right?
We're talking about
The
it.
Eagles did earlier. Did you see that, or did they go for two?
No, so I told you he missed it. The Eagles, Jake Elliott missed his PAT. 16-16, Christian McCaffrey getting that touchdown there.
Was that Juwan Jennings that threw that football to him?
I'm not sure. I think it was. Been relatively quiet, McCaffrey has here in this game until that one right there. Here we go. We're going to see, imagine, during this segment, and he misses this.
It's even better in Spanish.
Nails it right through.
You should try to watch a football game in Spanish. It's like watching.
I don't think I want to do that. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like I said, I mean, I realize all these. It was Juwan Jennings, by the way. I realize all these players get paid to do their job. Quarterbacks get paid to complete the pass, not turn it over. Running backs get paid to run the football, not fumble it. They're on the field a lot more than kickers. You feel like kickers going on, your one job.
Mistakes, yeah.
You don't have to block. You don't have to do any of this other stuff. You have to kick the ball off. It's just crazy. It blows my mind.
You take 2 steps and you kick a ball.
Yeah, that's all you do. Granted, like we said, it's like golfing probably. It's probably pretty freaking hard. So
golfing is not easy, yeah.
It is not. So that's my what in the world for the week. It's just crazy. If those of you guys that are listening, those of you guys that are watching, if you have any what in the world moments that you guys witnessed or watched during these NFL playoffs, let us know in the comments because there's probably a lot that we missed for sure. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here from Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. And then, Casey, I've got a little game for you when we get back. All right, time to talk about a game changer for snack time, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. These aren't your average dry, dusty seeds. Nope, Smackin' takes flavor to the next level. Bigger, bolder, and straight up addicting. Whether you're chilling at the ball field, gaming with friends, or just need something to keep your hands busy, Smackin' has you covered. And the best part? No soggy seeds, no weak flavors, just pure Smackin' goodness in every handful. So if you're ready to upgrade your seed game, grab a bag of Smackin' Sunflower Seeds today and get ready to start smacking. Scan our QR code or click the link in our description to get 10% off your first order. We are back. Casey, I have a game for you here. I've seen different ways to play this game. I kind of put this together based off the playoffs. This is going to be the end zone game. You've got keep 1, cut 2. Keep 1, cut 2. This is playoff edition. So these are all the playoff teams. We are including playoff teams who are already eliminated. So you're going to have the playoff teams who are eliminated as well. There are only 2 teams that are not in this game. So you get a list of 3 players. It's going to be quarterbacks. I'm make sure I'm correct here. Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. Okay. There's no repeat team. So if I tell you a quarterback from one team, you will not get another player from that team. So only one team. Okay. So you've got to be kind of strategic when you do this. I will give you one example. If I give, what I was going to say, we're going to say the Ravens made the playoffs. All right. If I said Lamar Jackson as one of the players, he will not be on there. If a Ravens player would not be on there again. Does that make sense to you? Okay. So basically what you're doing is you're trying to build the perfect playoff team out of playoff offense, I should say, out of all these players. So it's be tricky because you only get to keep one. And as soon as you cut one, we go on to the next one. So let's start with quarterbacks. All right. Keeper cut. Bo Nix. First one here. You can only keep one of these quarterbacks. Okay. Cutting Bo Nix. Okay. Keeper cut. Caleb Williams. So you're either cutting and keeping the last one or cutting the last one. Think of all the playoff quarterbacks. All are eligible. Okay, so your playoff quarterback that you are keeping is Bryce Young.
I thought in the back of my head that was going to be it.
All right, so we're just going to go through this. Broncos, Bears, Panthers. No more players from those teams are on this list. So no more Broncos, no more Bears, no more Panthers. Running backs. Ready? First one, Josh Jacobs. Okay, Christian McCaffrey. Keep. All right, keeping Christian McCaffrey. You are cutting Saquon Barkley.
That's fine.
I think that's a
Christian
good one.
McCaffrey does more than Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. Okay. So right now you've got Bryce Young as your quarterback, Christian McCaffrey as your running back. Wide receivers. First one, Stephon Diggs. By the way, Packers, 49ers, Eagles, no more players from them. I'm not gonna tell you what you have left. You should have written this down, honestly.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Packers, 49ers, Eagles. Okay, I'm cutting him.
You're cutting Stephon Diggs. Okay. Khalil Shakir.
Cut. If I'm cutting Stephon Diggs, I gotta cut Shakir.
Okay. You are keeping Calvin Austin III from the Steelers as your wide receiver.
Can we restart this game?
Can we just restart this whole segment? So you have Bryce Young.
He is the number one? Or are you just picking a random receiver from?
Random receiver. Oh, yeah. These are now not number ones.
Okay.
I probably should have told you that. So Patriots, Bills, Steelers out.
We picked number ones everywhere else.
Yeah. I try to switch it up a little bit. Tight ends. First one, Dalton Schultz.
I'm going to take Schultz.
Ooh, great choice. I love that you did that, taking the first one right off the bat. First time you did it, actually, this whole entire game. Second one was Brenton Strange, good tight end for the Jaguars, really good tight end. And then the third one is Tyler Higbee for the Rams. So no Seattle Seahawks in there, and
Higbee wouldn't have been bad. Higbee's not terrible.
What other team?
I have Texans. Schultz is Texan.
Yeah. What other team did I leave out? I left out the Seahawks and the Chargers. No Chargers on there. So fun game. So you're going into the you're going into the playoffs with Bryce Young as your quarterback, Christian McCaffrey as your running back, Calvin Austin III as your starting wide receiver, and Dalton Schultz as your tight end. So you might win one playoff game.
I feel like we beat the Panthers.
I feel like I should do this again next week and do defense for you to actually get a full team together. But the only thing is you don't have an offensive line or defensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I might do this again.
If I would have switched, if I could have switched players, I would have took Caleb Williams out of those three, and then I would have took wide receiver. I would have took Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, and the rest of them are honestly pretty good.
And then that would have been all right. That's the two that I would have switched. And I would have had a pretty good.
I probably would have taken Caleb. Caleb McCaffrey. I honestly may have taken Shakir over Diggs. I probably would have taken Shakir personal preference, and then Dalton Schultz. But that's it. I mean, that's the end. That's gonna wrap it up, I think, for this podcast, man. Finish watching these games here. Do you still think the 49ers are going to win this football game?
Still 16-10.
They just got the ball back. It's 16-17. Remember, Christian McCaffrey just scored.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm going 49ers. I like that. They're just when they get in the playoffs, man, they just find a way to win.
Yeah. I have the
Eagles are just too. The Eagles are just too inconsistent for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough with the loss of Kittle here, but I'll be intrigued to see how the rest of these games play out. If you guys have any predictions, though, I realize these games are gonna be over. If you have any predictions, though, when this podcast comes out on Monday, if you have any predictions for the games next week, so the second round, divisional round of the playoffs, let us know in the comments because we'd love to hear them. So until next week, I'm Jacob. He's Casey. We'll see you next weekend.